Welcome, guys, to the Sexy Talk podcast, a podcast about sexual reproductive health and rights with your own Jolie Mukangu, aka Docs Jolie, and this is Osawa Reproductive Health Association. And today I have a very pretty guest with me. They can introduce themselves.
I'm a Princess Diva.
Mhm.
Yeah, Princess Diva, and I'm so honored to be on this platform. Yeah, I'm really happy. Thank
Yeah,
you.
everyone can see that. You guys can see how Princess Diva has a nice, gorgeous smile. Yeah. So today here at Princess, we really going to talk about issues of safe and mostly the transgender community.
Mhm.
Like, can you just by maybe briefly introducing yourself, as in and your pronouns and yeah, in the community.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Julie. As I've said,
Mm,
Princess Diva.
yeah.
I'm a proud transgender person, and I want to talk about myself, how my journey was in a trans community. It was really not easy
Yeah.
to be a transgender person. It's really not easy.
Mm,
And I want to say, first and foremost, a transgender person is what you feel inside you, not this skin we see, but transgender person is
yeah.
what you feel inside, even emotional and sometimes physical. But physical comes in when you have started transitioning. Yes,
Mm,
because the transgender persons masculine. Yes,
mm,
yes, yes.
mm,
But what made them a transgender person is what they feel inside
mm,
them.
mm.
Yeah.
By the way, many viewers they might not really get to understand what a transgender person is because we have transgender, we have intersex, and by the way, Saudi Reproductive Health Association, we support the queer community, and we also support giving them sexual reproductive health and rights information and services, mostly the refugees. And I
Okay.
understand that you are a refugee from Uganda. Maybe tell us, how has your journey been? Maybe how is it in Uganda to be or how have you seen the queer community being handled back in your country?
Wow. Thank you, Julie. First, want to say to be a queer person
Mm.
in Uganda, it
Mm.
is really not easy. It
Yeah.
is tug of war because
Mm.
me personal,
Mm.
I've faced a lot of mob justice
Challenges. Wow.
challenges, threats, beaten up and dressed. Yeah, because our governments,
Mm.
they really their hatred of queer community.
And why is that? Because I think every person has a right to life. Like in Kenya, every person has a right to attainable standard of care and rights. So what is it so different in Uganda that they can't follow this? Or
I
what is the rule, or what do they do, especially policymakers?
okay,
Mm.
thank you. I think Uganda is still backwards.
I didn't say that, guys. I did not say that. I did not say
No, I know,
that.
yes, you did not say that. But what
Mm.
I've come to realize
Mhm.
as me personal,
Yeah.
Uganda is backward. Why I'm saying
Mm.
Uganda is backward?
Mhm.
Because first and foremost,
Yeah.
there in Uganda, they really don't value human rights.
Mm.
Yes, because I'm seeing challenges because
Mm.
even cis people, what if I said cis?
Mhm.
Cis mean biologically, sexually, you are a woman, either you are a man, but you're still facing that the same challenges,
Mhm.
even within the community.
Yes.
They will not take you as a
Mm.
human, you know? So people are really getting different problems, even
Mm.
though they are in their position.
Mm.
Yes, so they will not value you. Like, for example, if they have arrested you in a police custody,
Mhm.
you first have to first pay some money
Mm.
to, yes, like vibing a police. Yes, because I think because of the policies and because of law much humanity. Yes.
So when you get arrested in Uganda right now, what will be the charge? What will be the charge that you're being arrested for?
Has a transgender
As a, yeah,
person
as a person in
or
the
as
community,
a queer person.
as a queer
Okay,
person.
if right now if they have arrested you in Uganda
Uganda,
has
yeah.
a queer person, right now they will do a charge of creating homosexuality. Yes.
No.
So I think Uganda thought that if you are a queer person, if you have seated with another person who is not a queer, you will infect that person. It's
Oh,
like
like it's a viral
like
disease,
exactly
like
they
COVID.
thought, yeah, exactly
Oh
they
my
thought that it's
God.
like a COVID.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So first and foremost, they will say that you are recruiting those people. You
And by
know.
the way, even in Kenya, by the way, there's this stereotype or this conversation of people. They say that most people in the queer community try and put young people, especially the gay people. They what is that word that you use? They recruit. They use the
recruit.
recruit.
Yes. Yes.
They recruit Kenyan young boys into gayism because there's a lot of money in gayism. Is that true?
It is really not true because first and foremost, Julie, let me tell you, if I'm a transgender person, either if I'm a lesbian, either if I'm a queer person, because the categories are it's LGBTQ plus. It has a lot of meanings.
Yes.
So if I'm in that category, Julie, that is what I felt inside me. You know, I cannot taught you, either I cannot recruit you to be as me myself. Either I cannot recruit someone, either a man, either a girl, to be a bisexual or to be a lesbian or to be a gay. You can't do that. Most of people say that queer people are recruiting young generation,
boys,
yes, young boys and young girls in the community, because I'm so proud to say this. We queer people, we are so proud.
Yeah.
Because
you show
first,
that.
exactly.
You show that. Oh my God. You actually do it better than
Exactly.
cis women.
Exactly.
By the way, guys, by cis women, just to interrupt you a bit, cis
Thank you.
woman or cisgender is someone who is biologically and physically looking as what they were born.
Exactly.
So, like me, I can say
Sexually.
I'm a cis woman.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
a cameraman there, you can say you're a cis man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Exactly. So, may I continue?
So I'm saying, like, first and foremost, they say that queer people are recruiting young generations. That is not true. I cannot create you to be what you are not, even because you see, being a queer, it's what it's inside your blood. Even though they beated you, they did what, but in a daily basis, you will still heal. You will be still. This is me.
This is you.
Exactly. So I think as I said, queer persons, we are really beautiful and we are.
Yeah.
So, because first and foremost, Julie, let me tell you something. You always admire the way I represent myself,
Oh, yes,
right?
babes, I do. Oh, yeah.
So,
everyone will.
exactly. So, if with my lover, like the way I loved myself. So you come near to me, please. Either Diva, either Julie, either who. How do you do it? If I taught you how to love yourself, so you will be like, I love the way peace represent themselves. I love the way Julie represent themselves. So I really want to be like that person.
Exactly.
So you bring that person close to you, so that let them love themselves. If you love yourself, you know how to dress yourself, you maintain always yourself clean. So they will be like, this person has money. I'm very sure even in cis community, it happens. If they said today my neighbors cooked meat, tomorrow chicken, next day fish. They will
Yeah.
say that that person
Has
has
money,
money.
true. Or
Exactly.
goes to the club every single day.
Exactly. And every
Yeah.
day booze and maintain
Yeah,
themselves clean.
yeah.
They will say that person have
And
money.
actually, I see a lot of confidence oozed, especially from people in the community, because and if I may ask, that confidence, do you think they're trying to prove themselves to the community or to the world at large that they are happy to be in their skin, or is it natural?
And it's in two ways.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy to be me.
Nice.
Secondly, let the world know that I'm a human being. I can dress the way you dress.
Mm.
I can do whatever you can
Mm.
because I'm a human being like you. I
Mm.
deserve love. I deserve to be
That's
better
true. That's
like
true.
you.
Now let me ask you. Now, is there a difference between transgender and cross-dresser?
It is a big difference.
So does a how what, can you explain maybe who is a cross-dresser?
Okay, a cross dresser is a person,
Mm.
for example, drag queens,
Mm-hmm.
either drag queen kings.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, kind of. I think a cross dresser is today I have an event.
Mm.
So, what is the title of that event?
Mm-hmm.
How am I going to represent if I have if I have a platform
Mm.
of going to perform?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
So how am I going to perform?
Mm.
If I want to perform today, like to make a create a performance of being a woman.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Or fashion show or a
exactly,
movie.
exactly.
Mm-hmm,
It
mm-hmm.
is just for that moment.
So it is not attached to sexuality. Someone
Exactly.
can decide to dress like a woman.
Exactly.
Okay.
According to us, in occasion,
Or because of the occasion. That is to
occasion,
be
yes,
understood.
but cross dressing,
Mm.
cross dressing is
Mm-hmm.
it's just normal.
Mm.
Yes.
So when you have, because now you're a refugee, you've come from Uganda,
Mhm.
and bad things have happened in Uganda. Maybe you can tell us an instance or an example of what you witnessed happen to someone in Uganda who was in the queer community and what they did after that ordeal.
Wow.
Mm.
It is so terrible, and
Mm.
sometimes it is so sad, and it takes you emotional
Mm.
because I've witnessed many times.
Mm.
This transgender person, either this lesbian person, either this
Gay person,
bisexual by
yeah.
gay
Mm-hmm.
person.
Mm.
I have witnesses like many,
Mm.
beaten them.
Or they were beaten.
They were beaten, bleeding.
Mm.
On top of that, taking them at the police custody,
Mm.
they didn't give them a rescue. Instead, they started torturing them.
So do they kill them?
They didn't kill them,
Mm.
but they were in totally in bad condition. The others lose their eyes.
Oh wow.
Yes, they lose their eyes, and others lose a lot of things in their body. I've witnessed
When you
them.
say they lose a lot of things, what do you mean?
I like one the fingers, one got
Oh.
cutted.
Uh,
I
okay,
swear.
why am I even
Yes,
laughing? This is so
like
unfair.
exactly.
Like, why do they cut their fingers?
Of course. And one there is a metallic it's a metallic for these builders. It's like this
A road, eh?
it's a rod, yes,
Mm-hmm,
a metallic one.
mm.
Imagine putting it on fire
Hey,
and burning you with it.
why? With what intention?
Because you
You are
are gay,
gay.
you are evil, you are
Oh.
demon,
And there was
you are
that I
ghost.
remember that journalist that was asking someone on TV, and actually that person trended in Kenya. Why are you gay?
Exactly,
You
that
are
is.
gay. To
you
me,
know
that was so wrong,
it
honestly,
is so
because
so wrong, and right now we are
Mhm.
talking, but it's taking me emotional,
Oh
but I
yeah, sorry.
really wanted people to know
Mm,
that we are human beings.
true to that.
We
Mm,
deserve love,
mm,
and we cannot create any person in the
true
community.
to that. And do they
Yes.
do corrective rape? Because in Kenya, that's a common thing, especially to lesbians. they get something we call corrective rape, where men think that this person to be a lesbian, they didn't get some type of dick. Yeah. So they decide to rape someone, 10 men. I wonder how they were thinking this person will be now happy after being raped by 10 men. Now, does that happen in Uganda?
Exactly.
So
Even in like in prisons.
So if someone is gay, yeah, like a man who identifies as a gay person,
yes,
when they're taken to male prison gay, mean a male prison setup,
exactly.
Isn't that heaven to them?
I think they will just take you there to torture you. Yes. Because if once you get raped, no one cares. You want to be a woman, you want to, they should fuck you, then let them do. Because that is what you want. You have no right to complain. You have no right to report because you're already under law and what you're doing is illegal. So it's like you are useless. You see, like this glass, if I've finished drinking I've finished, I just throw it there. So anyone can step on it. You just come like a non-thing, like a non-living thing.
And that brings me to another area where I usually think people look at the queer community when they see a queer person, they want to think about that person, what they do in the bedroom. Do you think that is unfair because there's more to it than what you do in the bedroom? Another thing, there's a lot of anal sex happening in heterosexual relationships, right?
Yeah. So it's normal. If I might say, what we do in the bedroom doesn't concern you outside.
So why do people really care? Like, what do gay people do in the bedroom?
I think they lack a lot of
even me. I want to ask.
Okay, you can ask because
my viewers also want to ask. So want to know.
So first and foremost, sex is sex.
Yes.
You know, heterosex person, anal sex is not in a gay community alone.
True. That is true.
And also, heterosex persons, they can have anal sex because we've been seeing even in the movies.
Yeah, a lot.
Because you, a man and woman, can get married.
Yeah.
But one partner may say that I wanted to enjoy anal sex.
I mean, I've had so many of my male friends say that they like having anal sex with their women. So does that mean they are gay?
They are not gay. They are not gay. They are not gay because sex, as I've said, sex is just a sex.
Exactly.
It's just a pleasure. It is what makes you happy.
You can even do self-rape.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can. In Kenya, we call it kunyonga. What do you call it in Uganda?
Kunyonga.
Do you call it kunyonga in Uganda?
Not really.
What do you call masturbation in Uganda?
Oh,
you didn't even. You didn't
Kukubengalo.
Kukubengalo, guys. Uganda is so sweet. Okay.
It is.
That is also part of sex.
Exactly. Yes. So sex is just sex. Doesn't matter anal sex or vagina sex. But anal sex is not only for gay people, either for the queer persons. Yes.
That is very true. You've heard that, guys. So if you see a gay out there, don't you think of other things like, oh, gay men, they wear pampers. Oh, gay men, they put what is it called? A butt plug. Exactly. They say you even put people in the community put what is it called? Tampon in the anus. Is that true?
It's not true. It is not true. And actually, gay people even doesn't use pampers.
What do they use?
They don't use anything because as I've said, sex is normal. Because if I'm having sex, even though I have sex every day, doesn't mean that I'm going to use a pamper. No. Because it is safe. How long am I going to use it, like to have it? Yes, it is so safe. Yes,
Mm.
we don't use pamper in the
Okay. And now let
community.
me ask you something. Like you say, when you say safer sex in the gay community, mostly,
Mhm.
because most you see most lesbians maybe they might use dildos, and
Dildos,
dildo looks
yes.
like a dick.
Exactly,
So when
yes.
they insert such things in the vagina, they have to look at measures like cleanliness, maybe prevention of STIs.
Yes,
When
yes.
maybe they are going down on each other, they have to do dental dams, right?
Mhm.
The female condoms. Now when you say for safer sex in gay community, now a man and a man, how safe can it get?
It is safe.
Mm.
First, all we know protection. Condom
Condom.
is there, yes.
Male condoms.
Exactly.
Mm.
And also there is another one called PEP.
Oh, for HIV.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And condom, it's for preventing
true to that. HIV and
exactly, and
STIs.
all those STIs.
True to that.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, and do you, because I was in another space and some gay people were telling me sometimes they don't get lubricants and they use sputum to lubricate the anus.
Mm.
So, what other safe method? Because you cannot use Vaseline or in
No,
Kenya we have a remis, the one that is used to milk cows.
yes.
That is
Uh-huh.
what boys in Kenya used to
Used to
kubengalo. What did you say?
Kukubengalo.
Yeah,
Oh
so like
God.
when you use lubrication or you buy lubricants, how is that
Yeah.
in the gay community mostly?
Uh, okay. If we talked about lubricant,
Mm-hmm.
either that cream,
Mm.
either Vaseline,
Uh-huh.
yes, to make anus smoother.
Okay.
Yes, yes, to lubricate the anus smooth.
Yes.
Yes, so that if time for penetrating,
Mm.
you will not
Feel
feel
pain.
any
But let me
pain.
ask you. Now for the gay people, even me, I'm concerned there.
Mhm,
Peace.
mhm.
Because there's that part where I'm thinking, isn't it painful, especially to the bottoms?
It is not painful
Yeah, because
because
mm-hmm,
if I'm using any time, or like if I'm using lubricant,
yeah.
either I'm using Vaseline
Mm.
or I'm using something which is so slippery.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like have you experienced some vaginas are
Mm-hmm.
so dry? You know?
Oh, so
Yes, so other vaginas are so dry. So because
that's
even
true.
yes,
Mm.
even some women use a lubricant
True. I
exactly
agree
to
with you.
make exactly
Because
to
we
make
try to tell women not to allow men to spit on the vagina. Some men,
exactly.
especially Kenyan men, are weird. You cannot do hack tour on people's pussies, man. Use this. Uh-huh.
So, like exactly as I was saying, other vaginas are so dry,
Yeah.
so it is better to use a lubricant. So, if you use
Mm.
a lubricant, you come wet.
And when you
You come
relax.
exactly.
By the way, the anus does not get wet. Actually, I wanted to ask
It
you.
gets wet.
The anus.
Yes,
No,
it is.
princess. Princess. No, princess, you have to start training me on this. How does
Yeah,
the anus get
it
wet, babes?
gets wet
Oh, wow.
because yes, because it's first and foremost it's slippery.
And how do you feel when a gay man maybe sees a man who is hot? Like a woman, that we will start becoming a bit, what I'm saying? Yeah. So how do gay people perceive or show attraction when they see a hot man? How do you get
Um,
attracted?
for
How does your
example,
body react?
exactly. For example, let me give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
If like for example, I'm a man,
Mm-hmm.
I got attracted to you.
Mm.
No, for example,
Mm.
you are a man. If
Mm-hmm.
you have seen me
Mm.
sexy, you look hot.
Mm-hmm.
So how will you react?
The dick will become like this.
Exactly.
Wait, so a gay man, they will both erect.
Exactly. So
Oh,
it gets attracted to,
yo,
oh
guys,
my
I'm learning
God,
a lot of things
I really
today.
want to
Oh, wow.
fist
So
this
both of
one.
you will be erect.
Exactly.
Wow.
If because feeling, if
Mm-hmm.
I get attracted to this person, either
Nice.
attracted to this thing,
Nice.
exactly my body reacts.
React.
the same thing. If the person is really also attracted,
Mm.
all of you get reacted.
Mm.
Yes, and that they stand.
So this person who is a bottom, okay, the one who is inserting or doing the penetrative sex is going to feel good because number one, the anus is bit stiff, and the anus is has a good grip than some vaginas out here. Okay, guys, yeah.
Wow, this
By the way,
is so
girls,
interesting.
by the way, your guys, girls, if you have a pussy which is a bit big, come to Usawa Reproductive Health Center. By the way, I'm serious, please. Yeah, we repair because we know that there are some girls who give birth and then they don't get
Exactly.
suture, then the pussy becomes like this.
So
So yeah,
wide.
visit us, guys. We're going to sort you out. Yeah. So I was saying, please, princess, when the penis, I mean when the bottom person in a gay relationship, the one who is doing the act is going to feel good because of the grip and all. What about the one who is being done? What is he going to be feeling?
No, he's also feeling the same way
Mm.
as a cis woman feels.
Oh,
Yes,
how?
because exactly. Because I'm in love with you. I feel the dig inside me. You know, so you enjoy
Wait,
that
what?
pleasure, of course.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
so you enjoy it the same way, and in fact of that, you will be said, "Wow, I've enjoyed my sex." Has a bottom.
So what about how will he come?
No, he will come through Nalugalo.
Oh,
Kukubenge.
Nalugaro. Hey, Kukubengela.
Engalo, no engela. So the man masturbate either themselves, they masturbate themselves. Well, the top is working their own work.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow,
So they
wow.
sometimes if the man came first, the bottom comes. Yes. So it's the same. Yeah.
It's the same community
Exactly.
situation.
Yes.
So what happens to, again, our families, especially people in the community, when they come out to their families, maybe you were born a man and you now tell your dad or your mother that you now feel you want to be a woman. What happens in that situation?
Wow. Now that is where tug of war is.
Yeah.
That is people we said when they're still in a closet. Yes, they feel this woman is in them. Yes, but they fear to come out and tell the parents because first and foremost, you will feel if I told them, they will disown me. So if they have disowned me, where will I start from? Because the world is going to remain for you alone. Because first and foremost, they will start calling you with any kind of names they want.
Or insulting you.
You become a evil, you become a useless, you become a Satan, or
some even start praying for you, thinking it's a demon.
Yes, they will start taking you in the church, you start fasting, you do what? They just fear because of all those experiences they are going to experience. That's why it's still locking them down.
Yeah, so I had Princess, I had that the Ugandan community, when someone has come out as gay, they try to arrest that person or even kill that person in secrecy. Or even the parents arrange and try to kill you through the community. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. Because first and foremost, they said you are spoiling the name of the clan. You know, clan?
Yes. We have clans in Kenya.
First and foremost. And other parents, they fear
you infect their children.
Exactly. And also they're like if you are working with the government, all those things, like they fear that you are going to spoil their names. So they can probably, like they wanted to just finish you so that you're not longer there. That's why most of the kids, most of the children, they have, if they have started experiencing it and they got to know their sexuality, they disappeared and they ran away from home because of that.
And when you come to Kenya, how is the perception like? And when you get to a foreign country, how do you start? Where do you start from?
It is really also a challenging because at first and foremost, if you just went there by your own, by not through connections, like if you just went there alone as you, it will become a big challenge because you don't know
Yeah.
where I start from and where I go to. So it will be a bit challenge to you, to the person.
And will that change your gender identity? Will you feel like I was chased away from Uganda because of my identity as a gay person? And here I am suffering, coming to Kenya, not knowing where I'm going. So does that make you even want to change your gender identity?
I think gender identity and sexuality, I think it's something which you cannot manage to change. For example, I think being a thief, yes, example of being a thief, because if you are a thief, even though they beated you to death, you heal, you work, you got good, and they will say that because of they have beaten this person so much will change.
Yeah.
But into 3 days, you will see, I will, that heart still demand that thing. You have to do it. It's the same thing happened to a queer person. Even though, yes, you will try hard to be, I should not be in the not in the community either. I should try to kill this sexuality of mine because of what? Because
What
of this
what you're going
exactly.
through.
But it's still, that feeling comes out. Yes.
So what, because I've seen in some instances, maybe in our country, this is through what I've witnessed, many men are gay, but tend to hide it by marrying a woman and then secretly keeping relationships with his fellow men. So how do you feel about that? Do you think it's something, is it good to play safe like that?
No, Auntie, that one comes to, at first and foremost, I've said because of there is some word I wanted to use it, but right now has disappeared. They wanted to keep it secretly,
Yes, to them.
to themselves,
Yes.
because I don't want my children to know. I don't want my family to know, because I'm an old person. They will be saying, how is this person like this?
Exactly.
They are just keeping it, but that feeling is still there because it is demand. It demand that feelings you wanted, and if you got someone who is understandable, I've witnessed, there is a way back home in Uganda, there is a man has came out, was a gay man, when he's 40 years old, has children, has wife, and but until the wife got to know, because sometimes we'll just go in the bathroom,
and and do that.
exactly, your wife is there, but you will not feel your wife at all, so you just go and pleasure yourself in the bathroom. Yes, so you will say, let me get what my heart wants. Exactly, you will. So that's why it's keeping the person, the personality of the person. If, for example, if I'm working with the government, if I come outside as a gay person, yet I'm working with the government, what will they
You'll
do?
be fired.
Exactly. So they're just keeping their yes.
And do you think it's unfair to the other partner? Like, you're a gay man, you get married to a cis woman, and you're not having sex with her, you're not having relations with her. Do you think that's fair to the woman?
No, I think it's matter of understanding each other. So because they are bisexuals. Yes. So if I'm a bisexual, if I have my wife and also I have a boyfriend outside.
Exactly.
Exactly. So it is you to make it clear. Either it's you yourself alone to keep your own secret. Yes, as long as you're happy in it. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So we had another question about that I think was coming from my crew. I think we can give them one slot, Kitavi.
Okay. So you had said wanted to ask you something. most of the gays that I know, they are university students. You get, but do you say that they're fucked to get money? Are they paid so that they get fucked? Because these guys don't have jobs. They're in class. They have nice outfits. They go to if you go to clubs like on
Yeah.
Fridays, they're the guys who get the drinks with high prices.
Expensive
Yeah.
drinks.
So where do they get their money?
If I may say, that is being sex work. If I said sex work, if I get fucked by paid, that
Yeah.
is doing sex work. It's exactly like women. Also, there is a sex work women, cis women who are sex workers. So exactly. Also, in the community, there is a sex workers.
Yes.
There are some sex workers. For lesbian sex workers are there, transgender sex workers are there, gay men sex workers are there. All the categories of sex workers are there. So that is how they benefit. And let me tell you, the truth is, from the beginning, we love ourselves. Even though I have my 500, I will go at the where they sell nice outfits, so I will really loved myself. I will really loved
Yeah.
myself to look good outside there. I will save that money to get that outfit I want, so that if I'm going outside there, everyone will admire you, so that you look hot. That most of times people judge us that in the community we have money, and yet we don't have that money. But it's a matter of we love ourselves so much, So right now someone can come in the house and will be like, this chick has money. She looks beautiful. She looks hot. But they don't know how much I love myself. If you, even though you don't have money, but you love yourself, how beautiful you look. It's a matter of taking care of yourself.
That's true. That's so
Yes.
true. And
let me hope I've answered you well.
Yeah. Okay. So those guys that they are businessmen.
Yes.
Okay, and there are sex workers actually who are men also. They're called
Exactly.
men having sex with men, MSMs.
Exactly.
And MSMs are just there for the business side of it. They're having sex with their fellow men as a business. They might not also be gay.
Exactly.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any
yes.
question?
Okay. I have another question from the community side. You guys are raised as kids. We are taken to school. We learn about our reproductive system. Right? That's where we tend to differentiate. I'm a boy.
And I'm a girl.
I'm a girl. So later on, how do you come to develop the feeling and come to learn that I can get attracted to him, and yet from what I've learned in school in science, we are all on the same. We are sailing on the same boat. We are the same species.
Good question.
I understand your question. I think you are trying to mean that if this is a man, if I've seen a fellow man, feels, or biologically born, it's supposed to be biological born a male and female.
Yeah.
That is right. That is where I'm coming from. So what you're trying to mean is a man should get attracted to a woman.
Yeah.
Right?
The question, at what point do you change from knowing the other side? At what point, after learning, do you change from knowing that now I'm a man?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, at what point you change to be a man or you change to be a woman?
Yes.
And
growing up, you knew very well that you're a boy or you're a girl.
Yes. I think from the beginning, I've told about feelings. Let me give you an example of transgender persons. For example, for a transgender person is borning physically a man or a woman biologically with all those attires of men, with either a trans man is a person who is born like this, a female body, sexually, and all those things.
Yeah.
But what brings that is inside. It's not like to pretend to be a man or to be a woman.
Yes.
It is not that. It's not that way. It's through your heart. It's in you. Emotional. Even a physical, someone can say, anakaa kama mwanaume, right? Yes. But inside there, it's not what you feel. Physical here, someone can see, yes, this is a man, but inside there, what you feel, it's totally different. Even physically, emotional, even in your appearance, someone can just see. It's a feeling inside you.
I hope that one is well understood, Ron. But I can try and explain it in terms of, there's the gender, identity, and sexual orientation.
Yes.
People tend to confuse between the two. And those are two different things. Because gender is a social construct. Gender is socially constructed. It is not natural. It's something that was made by man. So when you're growing up, gender is constructed by the community. Gender is constructed by your family, in that they see a penis in a small boy. They buy blue clothes. They see if it's a girl with a female reproductive system, they buy a female kind of clothes, maybe let's say pink. Exactly. So this is something that they've constructed. This child, when they grow up, they start identifying as what their parents made them see they are. Exactly. Understand? So that if you're a boy, then you tend to go with your father. Your father shows you that you have to do the hard things, Your father shows you how to be hard, how to show people attitude, how to be rough, And on the other hand, girls are taught how to be clean, how to cook, how to become feminine, how to look attractive, to attract the opposite gender. Exactly. So this social construction is not natural. It's something that is made by man, meaning you can feel whatever you want to feel. A man, like in most of our African contexts, a man may be in our society, like me, I'm a Meru. There's a specific place, like after initiation, a man should not even go to the kitchen to cook. So what happens to this man? He was constructed, he's not supposed to go into the kitchen. So what if he has no wife? Or the wife goes, will he sleep hungry? So this man has to go and cook that food, right? So you see, and a fellow man, if a fellow Meru sees this Meru other person cooking, they start saying, hey, that akona umama. That person has umama. That person is not behaving like a woman. They start insulting you, So that is African context. So gender is what you feel, the role you want to identify as a person. Because men go through a lot of mental health issues. Even now, I have a lot of experience of men who have gotten a mental breakdown because they couldn't let their emotions. Because African men, they are taught to be tough, to swallow things in. They're not supposed to air their emotions. They're supposed to die. Cry. They should not cry. And men are still human beings. Exactly. Like any other. Kitav, you can lock yourself in the room and start crying. Yeah? Because you feel the world is not fair. Maybe your girlfriend has cheated on you. Exactly. Because the minute you put all those things in your head without letting them out, what will happen? You'll start going mad. Exactly. So gender...
they don't want you to air it outside. Exactly. You feel it inside, you die with it inside. Exactly. And yet you feel the pain, I feel the pain. We are the same blood.
Exactly. So you find out that the people who have come out as gender fluid, they are trying to just be open to this world. You're trying to be something different. We know cross-dressers in Kenya, right? And they get ridiculed, right? Yeah, they get ridiculed because they are wearing a dress, because they are presenting themselves. Some are making money out of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But Kenyans are there thinking, this man is gay,
Yeah. So, and yet the person is not a
that
gay.
Person maybe might be very straight.
Exactly.
But the fact that they are wearing the dress
their attitude, the way they represent themselves, you said this person is a gay.
So that's why the gender fluid people are so confident, because they're trying to prove to the world it's not what you're being told. You can still come out and become whatever you want. because at the end of the day, it's your life.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that part of Ron was confused is at what point. See,
Yeah.
how many have watched the movie? What is this movie called? Empire. 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 Well, most of us watched the Empire. So when that small boy for is it Lucius Lion? When the cowboy, not Hakim, there was another one. What was the name? There was that the gay one. No, Hakim was the rapper. Hakim was not the gay one.
I think I've not yet watched that.
You've not yet, you should. So this cowboy started wearing his dad's heels when he was 5 years old. And when he was wearing the small heels,
Mom's heel, right?
True?
That's it.
Oh, mom's heels, sorry, mom's heels.
Mom's heel.
Mom's shoes, the high heel shoes. So that
like
cowboy,
mine.
yeah, like princesses. So when that cowboy was 5 years old, he was wearing heels. And when the dad saw him wear heels, what did he do? He took the boy and put him in the dustbin. It was a hilarious episode. I cannot forget it. So there's that part where gender is constructed and sexual orientation is what you get attracted to as a person.
Exactly.
And there are some people who are not attracted to anything.
Anything.
They're
exactly.
just asexuals. They're just there. They are not feeling like having sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Others like to. You said it is called what in Uganda?
Kukubenga.
That one. Others like funny styles. Like Kitavi, what is your favorite sex style?
A spoon.
What is a spoonie?
She lies. Like kama medusa. As in probably new lala. So vile tu spoon.
A curve. I think
Oh.
curve.
Oh, and then you go down behind. So can you illustrate to us princess?
Slap.
And then you slap the ass. So can gay people do that spoon?
Exactly, because if has come to sexual styles, I think a sex style it's the same as cis women does. Because because in sex you can have a style in any style you want.
Yes.
Because our body is also flexible. So if you can do a 180, why not? A button person can also do that.
Okay.
Yes.
So something like missionary. So do you guys both erect? Now how would that happen?
Missionary, it's a simple something. Yes.
So during the act, both of you have
Not really. Because if a bottom guy is doing a missionary, so a man is the one who is penetrating, right? Yes. So a bottom is definitely like a woman is the one being that style.
does he have an erection?
Of course, yes. Because I had the feelings.
And can a bottom be a top? Can they interchange?
Actually, there are so many types. There are some bottom, there are tops, there are verse guys.
What is verse?
Verse
I know top, bottom. That is self-explanatory. So.
A verse person is they can do both exchange.
Oh,
Yes.
So you do me, I do you.
Exactly, I do. Yes, that is it.
Okay.
That is a verse.
And at the same time, as Zach was saying, when the man is on missionary and the other one is on top of him, they are doing okubengalo.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Woo. Must be nice. Someone is about to be recruited here.
Hold up. This missionary position. You, the bottom and the top, you both have the scrotum.
Yes.
It has the balls. While having this crazy sex in the missionary position, yeah? In the process, don't you hurt yourself while don't you hit the scrotums and hurt?
You can't, because already
This is impact.
No, like let me tell you.
This is impact.
Yes, but let me first give you explanation. If you always watch porns, I wish I let me wish you should love also gay porns. You should because
The crew is almost running away. Please sit. Don't go.
because like for example, you are saying all it's like stuck.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, I've talked about lubricants.
Yes.
My question isn't about lubrication.
No, yes, that is where I come. So if we are starting to have sex,
Yes.
both of them supposed to be wet, so that to make the
Penetration
the
easier.
penetration easy.
That's true. That's,
Exactly.
Yes.
So if it's easy, it's like it comes wet. So the anus part comes wet, and also a penis comes wet, right? So because it's not something you will carry in the hand, you move with it, So it's something, it remains there, and already the person who is penetrating knows where I am putting the thing. You understand?
Baby, it's
So-
putting the thing. I'm playing with
So-
the thing.
So knows where the hole is. It's
Wow.
not blind. So
Yeah.
it goes smoothly,
That's true.
direct in the position where it's supposed to go.
I heard gay men have G-spot. Is it true? The prostate. So some gay men prefer men with very big dicks.
Yeah, because I think every human being admire what they feel.
Yeah.
It
This
exactly.
is crazy. This is crazy, yo.
So yes, so if me myself, for example, if me myself I preferred a big dick,
Oh wow.
I will first check you before even having sex.
So if it's small, you cannot.
So I will be like, this is not my type.
Oh.
Yeah.
He didn't answer my question.
Which one? Sashi.
It was about the missionary position. They both have the scrotum. During
The impact.
impact,
Mm.
don't you hurt yourselves in the scrotum?
No, because it's already wet.
The scrotum isn't in the heart. When you lie down flat. you have
Now,
to-
I think the missionary cannot be like a missionary for heterosexuals.
Exactly.
You cannot lie on them completely.
Yeah,
Right?
because if this is the anus part, so and that is the dig. So you are just right here. What you because you already knows where it is.
Exactly.
So how will it harm you? Either how will you feel the pain?
You've understood, eh?
Was asking in the community
Yeah.
which type of the gays or transgender person or a queer person get attracted to.
Yeah, like what do you like seeing? Like cisgender, we love tall, dark. Me, I love tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah. So, as I've said, I cannot give everyone taste,
Yeah.
either everyone's type. Like for example,
Yeah.
I've said other people love big dicks.
Yeah.
Yes, that is like example number one. So, I also in that type, I may say that my type is also like a light skin, chocolate, tall. So the person also will say that me I don't like light skin
Yes,
person. I
yes.
don't like tall guys. I want this masculine guy with muscles, with this dark skin, with some nice hair. I love the person who is gentle. I love, all of us has different type and tastes. So I cannot give all the tastes.
No, you talked about something here, princess of big dicks. Surely. will a big dick not be painful? And how big is big? How many inches are we talking about?
Okay. It is big digs. It doesn't pain because say I've talked about lubricant.
Yes.
Because if I've already if that lubricant is enough, you will not feel that
And
too
already you
much
love that person. Yeah, there's
exactly.
also that
If you
part.
have that feelings that you love this person and the lubricant it's enough, so there is no need. You may feel a bit of pain because there is nothing which is goes smooth without
Pain.
any
True.
pain.
Yeah.
Yes. So you will feel
You
it,
have
but
to relax.
exactly. So the lubricant
Yeah, you have to
is
relax.
always it is there.
But that
You
pain
know,
becomes
and-
pleasure as well.
Exactly.
Oh.
Like other people love rough sex.
They like being beat. I had someone say they like their head being rough against the wall.
Exactly. And other people say that me, if I want sex, I want someone to slap me. I want someone to bite me, either to hug, to choke
you.
me.
Oh my God.
Everyone has their different taste and styles,
Wow.
and their admirers.
And these broke men out here, they're the ones who really know how to have sex. Mastingo are deadly because they're very idle. What do you think?
Exactly.
They'll put you in 77 positions.
They will put you in that rough hole.
77 or 77 styles in 7 minutes. Wow.
Because okay, yeah, I think because their body
Yeah.
is already reluctant enough, they don't waste even their energy. That's why if yes, I got this person,
That is serious.
Exactly, this is the work I have to focus on it.
Yeah, true to that.
Exactly.
It's like a job.
How she say?
because I think I've watched on social. I think in Instagram yesterday. So I've just laughed a lot. So this girl, and is like, has come outside while crying.
Yeah.
She cannot walk. She cannot even stand. So she was just shivering like this. So the partner is like, yes, that is what you've been telling outside. That I am only in 1 minute. I finish. So what have you experienced today?
Oh, wow.
You said there is no pain. Okay? Now, from what you just said, a video you watched on Instagram. Now, this is a lady.
Yeah.
She's not able to walk.
And the system is lubricating naturally.
The system is self
Lubricant.
lubricant. Now, what about
No sex.
yeah?
Yeah, I know he's fearing to call it.
Yeah.
Yes, as I said, other people do rough sex.
Yes.
But if really I get attracted to this person and I've loved this person, and if I had my nice sex with this person, I will not feel, of course, that pain. But if that person penetrate you the way the person wants, definitely you have to feel pain.
There are laws of expansion and contraction.
Does that happen on anus or on metals?
If the vagina it expands and contracts,
Yeah.
I've not. What about the anus? Does it do the same?
But anal is not like vagina.
That's why you have to use a
Exactly.
lubricant.
That's why you use a lubricant. No, without. Let me tell you, you are more of vaginal sex. And vaginal sex, you can manage to have
Let
sex
me
without.
ask him something.
Without
Princess, let me ask Ron something here. Like, have you ever constipated and you've not taken water for a week and you want to go for a long call? How is that feces?
That shit is painful.
Because you don't have a lubricant.
No.
Or have you taken mapera?
Yes. Because it is dry, totally dry, and you are not used to of it.
You are still about lubrication. I'm not about lubrication.
What are you about?
He's talking about dry sex.
Dry
and
sex will
I
be
had
painful.
told you,
Dry
you
sex is
can't.
lubrication. I'm talking about expansion and contraction.
It will expand when the dick is inside.
And when it comes out,
It will contract. And that's where the sweetness comes in. Because there's grip. Right?
Exactly.
Now I've answered you. Next question.
Okay, I have a question.
so
From the community.
Yeah, inakuwa tu. Mm.
Okay, from the community, loyalty. Do you guys get attached in a serious relationship?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
but yeah, that's
yes.
a good question.
You're jealous.
Yeah.
Yes. People get attracted, like they fall in even serious relationship.
You get that?
But
Yeah.
but queer people are so jealous and they are so sensitive about
Yeah.
their partners. Yes. So if I got a person, either a partner who is much of the years it's outside, will not last. But if you get a person who is like, I've hear it all, I seen it all, that relationship will last. Exactly.
Mm.
It's like it's the same thing.
To us, yeah.
Exactly,
yeah.
with cis people.
Mm.
Relationship is not something which it's always there permanent that I got this person.
No, you can divorce even
It is
after marriage.
exactly.
Mm.
It's up and down. That is exactly.
So let me ask you, Princess, what is the most ridiculous thing you've heard about transgender women from the community?
Ridiculous things
Yeah, the
I've
most,
had
until you are amazed.
I think sometimes of being dramatic.
Oh, they say you're dramatic. Like,
Because if I said I don't want Julie to hold my glass, definitely I will give you.
Oh,
Because
you give me
that
it's called-
attitude,
it's
I will give you
maneno. Oh,
enough
yeah.
maneno. Because why have you passed my boundary?
Yeah.
And also, if I told they've been saying, Julie is doing abortion, but the abortion is not good, but people fear to tell you the reality, the truth. And if this person came and give you, Julie Mukwano, your abortion is not clear. People cry outside there. So we'll be like, I hate you. Why are you saying this or this? But I will tell you the truth that yes, I've given you. Sort it
By
yourself.
that for disclaimer, that is an example. Princess said, "I don't do abortions." Continue. I'm saying you want to put me in a hot soup.
I said for example.
Yeah, that's an instance of abortion which is also stigmatized in our country.
Exactly. That is why I said for example.
I understand.
Yes.
True to that.
so
Yeah.
there is something I've not mentioned about kids. Having kids.
You can have kids.
Like a gay couple having kids. Okay.
You can have kids because there is adoption.
Yeah.
About having kids, I think doctor can tell more about that.
They can adopt. Actually, they adopt. They can also talk to have a partnership with a cisgender person or even a bisexual
person,
gender fluid woman, or even a straight woman to just be giving birth. Because remember, they have sperms, and the sperms are actually working. They can sire a child. Yeah. So they can adopt. They can do that siring outside their relationship and have like a agreement. Yeah. So that's how they have kids.
I think
that is it.
Yeah, I think yes.
You've answered you, Zach? Okay.
Yeah.
Our crew today is just all over with a lot of questions, but yeah, we're trying to normalize this conversation so that we can at least be in what is it called? We can live as a community, because at the end of it all, no one was sent into this world to be a judge. We let God judge you,
everything.
You know? It's none of my business to judge what you do in your bedroom. You know?
Exactly.
And as a service provider, like in terms of accessing sexual reproductive health and rights information and services, like if I may ask Princess, in the community, what sexual reproductive health and rights problems do you face?
The problems we face in the community, I think sometimes most, like, if like for example, if
Mm.
a transgender person went for the medication either in a healthcare facilities, first and foremost, they will start judging this person from the way the person represents themselves. Yes, and secondly, they will just out you. Why are you gay? Because most that is the only obvious, like,
Question.
question.
Yeah.
Yes, why are you gay? They will not understand the meaning of a transgender person. So I'm really saying, before you judge someone, you should first think deeper to understand what the gender of this person is. Yes.
So that is what you'd like healthcare providers to
To
do.
yes,
Ah,
to
that's a good one.
understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what diseases do you suffer from? What diseases? We cannot say that there are some diseases which are unique to the queer community, but I'm asking which diseases are common in your community.
I think
Mostly
common.
sexual reproduction.
I think STDs.
You get a lot of STIs.
STDs, yes, yes,
Including HIV.
HIV, STIs, all the gonorrhea, all those things. Yes.
Okay. Wow. Do you have any question?
Yeah, hopefully.
Hmm?
So next time, I think.
Just thinking about sex, Ron. What question do you have, or what can you advise young generation or young transgender people in the community who are struggling to find acceptance and struggling to find a place to belong and they are rejected? How can you advise them?
If I may say, if I may ask, like, in terms of medical assistance or home assistance.
No, everything in general, in terms
Uh,
of life, health, wellness, in terms of them being well, because
okay.
we know they're usually stigmatized a lot. What advice can you give the young ones?
What advice I'm telling them, we have in a community, we have safe spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah. If definitely you can manage to get connected to a friend will really direct you where you can get a safe space. If you wanted to get a counseling, you wanted a safe space, like where you're going to stay, where you are going to get health facilities. If I may start with health facilities, OSA is there, reproductive health facilitation.
Thank you.
You will come as you are. They don't judge. They love any human beings
Yeah.
around them. You can get all the medications. If you fail to get from them, also they can try to refer you where it is safe, because they work hand in hand with the community. And they also can get for you where you can get your session for counseling session, therapies. Come to Oshawa. They're so lovely people. I've really loved them. They feel the humanity. They have humanity in them. They also fight for human rights. I've really loved them, and I've experienced from Oshawa.
Thank you so much, Prince.
I've
You're showering
really-
us with praise.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
people are lovely.
Thank
I've really
you.
loved the humanity you people have.
Yeah.
And I've really loved that the communication you people have with the community, and the love you people were showing to the community. I've really taken it personal. That's why I'm here shining with them.
Yay.
Yeah.
That is so cute.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Really love you have put the effort a lot from the community. I'm really encouraging you to go ahead with that. If you believe in God, let God encourage you. If you are believing in anything you are believing in, let also it grow
I like
ahead,
that.
and be blessed in it, with the entire
Thank
team
you.
of in or shower with the let also God provide the founders to keep raining the money in the organization so
We are
that to
so blessed
be
today by peace. Ooh, ooh.
so
Hallelujah.
that the organization to
Yeah.
grow
Thank you.
wings and
Exactly.
to lay roots, because
Exactly.
they said a good a good a good tree, either a good, how did they say it in the Bible of what? Um,
A good tree bears good fruits.
so I'm
Mhm.
praying you people should bear
Oh, you're a Christian, eh?
fruits. I'm a Christian,
Beautiful.
a family of
Beautiful.
Christian,
Thank you so
since
much.
from the
That's
grannies
another
up
myth. They
to
don't believe the people in the community can pray God.
exactly.
Yeah.
So and people of the community, there are many safe spaces. Just know we loved you the way you are,
Yeah.
and be confident
Na uko
of who
sawa.
you are.
You're okay. You're okay the way
Yes.
you are. Uko sawa vile uko.
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly. Nice.
Be as you are. We loved you. We are here for each and every human being. Uh, and let's love each other. Let's connect to each other. Let's share our stories. Let's share the love we have, so that love comes in the family, and the community will also give us the love we shown to ourselves.
That's a very nice one,
Thank
actually,
you.
Peace. And
Thank
I
you.
hope the young people out there have heard that they are okay the way they are, wako sawa, na wanaweza
Exactly.
kuja usawa, and yeah, let
Yeah.
people live life, without any
Exactly.
limitations. But I have some
Exactly.
questions that I hadn't asked you a while back. Do
Mhm.
gay people do abortions?
Yeah, they
Mm,
do.
mm,
Yes, because they're also trans men.
mhm.
Yes.
Trans men meaning someone who was biologically born a woman
Woman and
with,
transform to
to
a
a man.
man.
Okay.
Yes. So it happens sometimes through rapes. So
Mm,
sometimes they get raped and
mm,
they yeah, so they really need abortion, even through lesbians. So
mhm,
maybe if I don't want to have a child right now as a lesbian person, as
mm,
a transgender man, I don't have to have a child right now.
mm.
Either as a bisexual person, if I'm not yet wanted to have a child right now, definitely I will want a person.
Okay. And
Yes.
can a transgender man date a cisgender woman?
Yes.
So both of them will be like women.
No trans man is a man.
No, I'm saying trans woman
Mhm.
dating a woman, a cis woman.
A trans,
Trans
I
woman.
think,
Mm,
yes, because they said sex is just a sex.
good.
Like exactly, we don't put inside that sex. If I'm attracted to a fellow woman,
Uh-huh.
so that one will be a trans lesbian.
Oh, we've had there's
Yes.
another trans lesbian. Oh, that's an
Exactly.
interesting one. Oh, peace,
Yes. Yes,
princess.
yeah.
If you're to be a president of, let's say, Uganda,
Mm-hmm.
and then what will you change? What reform will you change to support the queer community?
First and foremost, if I'm a president, not
You've
only
already
for
put yourself MC. If
Exact-
I'm a president.
yes. What I've loved to say is, if I'm
Mm,
a president,
mm,
I don't only put only queer persons
mm.
only
Yeah.
in the list, or to change them, or to do what.
Mm.
I will see all human being,
Yeah.
because if I said all human being, because I'm seeing every human being has their own rights.
True to that.
Yes. So if all human being has their own rights,
Mm-hmm.
lesbian will have their rights.
Yeah.
A transgender person will have their rights.
Mm.
A gay person will have their rights.
Mm.
A cis woman, either a cis man, will have their
Yeah,
own rights.
yes.
Exactly. They will experience,
Mm.
they will express the feelings they wanted to express.
Beautiful.
They wanted to, to live their life with. I will give that freedom
Mm.
to any of human, because at the end of the day, we are all human beings.
That is good.
Yes.
Wow. Now, in Arabic, you told me you speak 7 languages. Wow, that
Yes.
was just wow. I was like impressed. Impressed totally. So can you tell people that we love them in the 7 languages, and you explain which language. Say, Usawa loves you, Princess loves you, and it's a shout out.
Okay, let me wacha nianze ni Kiswahili.
Uh-huh.
Oshawa Osawa anawapenda hata mi vile diva nawapenda sana. Nyimi mukee tu as you people want.
That's nice. Uh-huh.
Yes. Okay, let me go to Luo. I will start from actually. Osho Maruon Weng, bed kid ma ini bedo kede. And bene ma antika loke Maruon Weng. Yes. Okay. In Arabic, Oshawa umon adita, umon derita sesei, ana kaman ana arufuita, ana derita kulu, ana derita mun quest, ana selemuita kun quest kulu. Okay. Let me go to Luganda.
Home country.
Home country. Okay. Okay. Now all the languages are
They're mixing themselves.
Now it's mixing themselves. Okay. Let me go with this one. The one has first come. Oshoa ole anyindro anyemu bachidro. Masa ale anyindro anyemu kwiti bakesulija bakesu lovu oshoaga erwa chidruria kayanya I kaibachidra I.
Thank you so much, Peace. Oh my God. Aren't you guys amazed by what people can do with their lives, you know? So it's a time we stop seeing the community as what they do in the bedroom, but what they can do. As you heard, Princess spoke in 7 languages, guys. Can you speak in 7 languages? Can you speak in... Clap for please. Clap for Princess, please. Thank you very much. Yeah, so it's a wrap, guys, and this was your own Jolie Mukangu from Usawa Reproductive Health Services, where we provide sexual reproductive health and rights information and services as well. It's a parting shot, guys, and follow Princess at her social media handles. Where?
Yeah. On Facebook, I have social platforms. Princess Bella. I have Akelopis.
Yeah.
In Instagram, you can follow me at Akelopis60. Yes. In Twitter, you can follow me at Akelopis60. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you guys all.
Love it too, darling. And from me, it's Usawa Reproductive Health and Rights Association in Facebook. In Instagram is Usawa Reproductive Health Association. And in TikTok, it's Docs Jolie. So for me and my crew here who are all amazed, they are all having eyes which are bulging out. We're going to have a meeting after this with them. It's a wrap.